This video is an introduction to OS development for Tizen. This video will go over installing the necessary programs to install or to build Tizen from source. And to follow this video tutorial, you'll need Vim or another text editor of your choice and Git. So the first step is to register on Tizen.org. Although you do not need to do this, it is helpful if you wish to submit changes to source. To make any change to register, go to the Tizen.org homepage at www.tizen.org and click on the register button and enter the necessary information in the web page. When you click request new account, you'll receive an email shortly with a one-time login. Follow the link and you'll create an account on Tizen.org. Next, you need to register your information on Gerrit. So if you type in the URL review.tizen.org/Gerrit, a little box like this will pop up, and you'll log in with your Tizen.org credentials and click login. You'll come to this is the Gerrit front page. So the next steps are to add your email to Gerrit and submit an SSH key. So to do both these, you will click on Settings. Then for email, you click on Contact Information, and then register a new email. In this box, when you enter your email and click Register, you will again receive an email shortly that has a link for you to confirm that you received the email and register your email with Gerrit. I've already done this, and we will be moving on. So next is the SSH public key. So if you already have an SSH public key, paste that here and click Add. If you do not have a key, open up a terminal window and type in the command ssh-keygen -t DSA with capital C and then quotes, and in this comment to the key, you'll add your name and your email address that you just verified, such as, and then name at host.com. If you press enter, it will ask you for a file to enter. I would suggest just pressing enter here. As I already have a key, I will enter an alternate location. A passphrase is optional, but is highly suggested. You'll get the information on your key, and then you can open your key, this location. For me, this is in home. For you, it will be in .ssh. We'll go to cd.ssh. If you list the sources, you'll see your ID_DSA and your ID_DSA.pub. You'll want to view the contents of the public file and copy them into the box on the Gerrit page and click Add. After you have added your public key, you can test out the key that you added by opening up another terminal window and trying to SSH into the code review server. To do this, you type SSH-P29418 to specify which port to SSH to, and then your username at review.tizen.org. If you have not SSH'd into the review.tizen.org server before, you will be asked to accept this fingerprint, and this fingerprint does match the one listed here on the Gerrit site. if you see this information, it's good. It means you have successfully logged in. However, it does not support continuous shells, so you are automatically logged out. However, this means that you have correctly added your public key. If you have issues and do not see this information, please regenerate your key and add it, or try re-adding your key. Next, we are going to install GBS, which is the Git build system, and MIC, which is the image creator that used to create Tizen images. However, to do this, we first need to add a repository to our sources list. So on Ubuntu 11.10 or 12.04, you can type the following command. To edit your apt sources. So if you go to the very end, and press I to enter into editing insertion mode, and add the following line: deb http download.tizen.org/x-ubuntu. Sure, and this is where it changes depending on what version of Ubuntu you have. If you have 12.04, you add 12.04. But if you have 11.10, you add 11.10. I'm running 12.04, so I will add 12.04. Then after you add the version of Ubuntu, you finish it with a trailing slash and add a slash after to complete the line. So then save the changes and quit, and then refresh your apt sources list with apt-get update. This may take a few minutes or a few seconds, so I will go over how to add the necessary repository to OpenSUSE as well. To add the repository to SUSE, you will need to run 3 commands. Off of the Tizen documentation, these commands are sudo zipper add repo http://download.tizen.org/tools/OpenSUSE 12.1/ and then a space tools-building. After you run this command, then refresh the repository list with sudo zipper refresh, and then install GBS with sudo zipper install GBS. Now after you run zipper refresh, it will take some time, just as it did on Ubuntu, but now we can install it. Install GBS, and it will request to install about 11 megabytes of space depending on the dependencies. Because they are not from the Ubuntu repositories, you will need to say that you will accept installing them without verification. So after you have finished installing GBS, we will be configuring Git for downloading the source code with 2 commands. So now that you have GBS installed, you can update your git config to work properly with it. This works on both Ubuntu and OpenSUSE. So you'll need to run 2 commands. First is git config --global user-name and enter your name. And the second is git config --global user.email, and then you enter the same email as the email you added and registered on Garrett. So after you have set that up, you can install the image creator, which is MIC. It uses the same repository as where GBS is, so you don't need to add any more repositories. So you can simply type sudo apt-get install or zipper install, and then type MIC and press enter. And you will have to install a varying number of programs. If you accept both of them and you let it install, this will take a little bit of different amount of time depending on number of dependencies that you already have installed. But now you have the image creator installed. We'll go over to how to use GBS and image creator in other videos. But now that you have them installed, you can get some of the sources. So this is very easy, and it's one command, and it will download a copy of the source for a specific package. So, or I guess it downloads the source for a specific project. So a list of the projects is available at review.tizen.org/git, and you will find this page. It'll take a little bit of time to load, but it's okay. You'll get here eventually. You open this, and you can select any package out of here that you want to download the source for and possibly work on, and then improve or build yourself. So to get the source, you type git clone, and there's 2 possible ways to do this. If you decided to install or register on Tizen.org, you will use this first way, which is git clone SSH, and then type your username at review.tizen.org :29418 / and then you type the project name. In this case, I'm going to download the source for packages /e/ecore.git, and we'll clone into ecore. It'll go pretty quickly. And then the other way that you can do it is git clone, then you don't even need the SSH and username in front or the port number. You just git clone git ://review.tizen.org, and then the package name. Let's try also downloading the source for API/TTS.git, which is listed right here. Okay, now if you list your sources, you'll see ecore, which is what I just downloaded the source for, and TTS, which I also just downloaded the source for. And that is an introduction on getting started with developing Tizen OS and installing necessary files. Thank you for watching.